I wonder if he can deal with it.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the fantastic model, Fans Toys, Margh. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have some lovely artwork of Margh. I love this smirk on his face. He's like, I'm going to shoot you, and I'm going to enjoy it. That's what it looks like to me anyway. And the help mode on this side, Margh. On this side, Margh. Up top, Margh. On the bottom, Margh. Warning, don't eat anything in this box. That could be very bad for you. On the back of the box, you have some obligatory product shots. And you have your very lengthy bio if you want to read it. You can read that on your own time. There's the rest of it. And there you have that. And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card with another image there of Margh. And on the back you have some more product shots, tech specs if that interests you, and that same bio in the ridiculously small type. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Margh. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't care. Who cares about silly third-party names? We know exactly who this is supposed to be. This is Captain Shoulders himself. This is Fans Toys' take on a G1 Ultra Magnus. And a lovely Ultra Magnus, I will say, and a very tedious Ultra Magnus, I will say also, but still, a very nicely done figure. And yeah, here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode. And yeah, just a nice G1 cartoony looking Magnus, quite nice. But let's get in close so we can take a look not at that Magnus crotch, at the Magnus noggin. There it is. See, very nice face sculpt there. You got the eyes done in a metallic blue. But yeah, good looking head sculpt going on there. You got the big old shoulder missiles. The missiles themselves are done in a red chrome. You can remove these if you want. They have some nice little full detail there. Very nice, very nice. Let's pop those back in. But yeah, you get a little transparent red on the chest there. And the nice red, white, and blue color palette. That is Ultra Magnus. His big old feeties. He's got the little faux wheels on the sides of his feet. Those are precious. They're just adorable. And move up the back. You can see well, it comes together pretty cleanly. The back does protrude a bit because you have the albino prime kind of jumbled up in there, but oh no, a pretty good looking Magnus. Now articulation wise, what have we got? I'm gonna tell you. So the head can rotate, can do a full 360, can totally look up and do squirrel, can look down. The arms can rotate, can do a full 360. They can move forward and back some. The arms can move out. You can take his shoulder and bring that out, and that will give you nice full outward movement there, as well as a hinge right in there, so you get all kinds of outward movement going on there. Then you just straighten that back out. You'd have bicep rotation. He has a single jointed elbow, but you get pretty much a full range of movement out of it, which is nice. As far as the wrists, I believe the wrists are on a ball joint, because you do get some wiggly waggly in there, as well as rotation. You get posable fingers, thumbs on a ball joint at the base, hinge there, and each finger is a hinge at the base, hinge there, hinge there. You can also splay the fingers out some, although the hinges are quite snug on my copy, but you can get a bit of a splay going on. As far as the waist joint, he does have a waist joint, but you have to basically like pull up the waist, and then you get a ratcheted waist joint going on in there. You do have flaps here. You can move out of the way. You have a double flap here. Double flap back here as well with the butt flap, but the legs can move forward, that far, back. You get about that far, outward, full splits. You have thigh rotation. You have double jointed knee. Nice full range of movement there. As far as the feet, they cannot move up, they cannot move down. There's no rotation, but you do have some ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, we get his blaster here. I love the coloration on it. It looks quite nice. Get a little bit of green back here with some black stripage. It does have two separate handles. You have this handle right here, which you just kind of push out, and you got a notch you can get your fingernail in. You can bring that handle down, and the tab can swing to either side, depending on what hand you want them to hold it in. So this is the Magnus handle, or you can flip down this handle, and this is what Albino Prime can hold. So you get that going on. We also get the Energon axe, and this is for the Albino Prime. That's what I always call the White Prime, Albino Prime, sorry. But the transparent blue battle axe there, and this is for Prime. We do also get an alternate chest piece here, or chest pieces rather, for Magnus, and we get alternate faces. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alternate faces. Now, one thing to note about the faces is that the faces are in two pieces when you get them. The eyes and the face are on separate sprues, and you have to cut them out. The way you know which eyes go to which, I don't know if you can see it. You can see right there, it's a little number 3. So the eyes are numbered and the faces are numbered, so just match up the numbers and just attach the eyes to their respective faces. So that's how that works, and that is everything you get with Magnus. Now, as far as the alternate chest pieces go, that's very easy to swap out. You just open up the chest and you just pull this out, and you just pop the new one in, close that up. So now you have the option of the transparent piece or the solid piece there. It's totally up to you. You have the option, and as always, options are good. Now, as far as swapping the faces go, it's just a case of just getting up under his chin here and just kind of wiggling the face out. And then you have to remove the face from the head crest and pop the new face on. Just connects via 2 posts, and then you just kind of slide it down and get that all in place. And now we have kind of more of a frowning Magnus, or we can have happy Magnus, or we can have in mid-sentence Magnus, or we can have constipated Magnus, or last but not least, explosive diarrhea Magnus. So there is actually one more accessory. I was just saving it, but we get an optional head here. So you just slide his head forward, and we take this head and put it on, and we get this going on here, which is just half the face broken off, and you can see the white albino prime head in there. And that's kind of cool and disturbing at the same time. You know, he's kind of like Magnus Two-Face. I don't know, but hey, why not? Dare I say, why not? And one more gimmick we have here is we can open his chest up and untap the centerpiece, bring that up. We have a second chest we have to open up. 2 chests to open, but come on, there we go. Get that open. Get that open. We got a matrix chamber in there. You may need something to help you get it open. But open that up, and inside we have a lovely little matrix. And again, you may need something to help fish that out. And there you go. A nice little die-cast matrix there, done in gold and silver chrome with the transparent blue jewel in the middle. Very nice little matrix. This usually always falls out when I'm transforming him, so I tend to not leave it in his chest, but hey, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. He's got a matrix, and it's uncooperative. How dare you? You know what? Disrespectful matrix. Disrespect. There you go. Matrix. And of course, he can wield his weapon and pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang when he feels like dealing with it. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with MP44 Optimus Prime. And here he is with G1 Magnus, because he's precious. Oh, so very precious. Here he is with the official Takara Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. So you can see how that works out. And here he is with the X-Transbots Ultra Magnus. And as much as I love the X-Transbots Magnus, this Magnus has been on my Masterpiece shelf in place of the official. I will say that the Fans Toys version does look a lot better. The Fans Toys version is all around just more pleasing to my eye. But hey, which one do you like better? Let me know. So that is basically it for this robot mode. We still have another robot mode to look at. So yeah, let's get down to transformation. This is where it starts to get tedious, but let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So first thing we can do is just remove the shoulder rockets. Just put those off to the side for now. We're going to come back here. We're going to take these blue sections. We're going to untab them and swing them up. Untab. And swing that up. Now what you want to do here is you have 3 connection points. You have a tab slot connection here, then you have 2 up in here. You want to undo this one first. You may need a spudger, some kind of tool to undo that. But once you get that undone, you can kind of get in here and just pop that, and that will come loose. And then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of get that. Once you get this one popped open, pretty easy to get this undone and popped out like that. Then you can just raise all of this up. We do need to extend the waist here like so, and once you do that, you can now take all of this and just slide it off and put that off to the side. Parts forming! Shh, there's going to be a lot of it here. Now we're going to raise the butt plates. Untab the butt plate, just bring that up and bring that out to the side. We do have this section here we need to untab from his crotchal region. And also these panels here are tabbed into the top, so just kind of pull these up and untab those. And once you've undone all that, you can now take this and slide this off, and we can put this off to the side. And now for legs. He knows how to use them, and he knows how to lose them too. So you want to undo this panel here, bring that down, and then open up this panel. And you want to take this section here and just kind of pull it out because it pegs into the side here. So once you've done that, you can take all of this and just kind of shift it back and down, and that will allow you to take the foot and just pull it out, put this off to the side, and we do the same thing on the other leg. And here we have what's left, so let's get this into its robot mode. So first we're going to start off with the crotchal region here. We want to take these panels here and just swing these out. Come on. Swing for me. There we go. Just swing these out. You want to take this section here. You want to bring it back. You want to unfold it, and then you want to take this die-cast section here and rock this back. Now one thing to note, when this thing is shipped to you, the crotch is actually packed in this configuration, but you want to bring it down in this configuration. You want to straight down and fold it up like this for Magnus mode. So that's how you want the crotchal region after you take it out of the box. But for Albino Prime mold, or mode rather, not mold, you want to bring this back and then bring this up, and that will tab in right there. And you can bring these skirts down, and there you have the albino crotch. So now we're going to do a lot of upper body work here. So you want to take this red section here, untab it, just bring that down, get that out of the way. Take this section here and just kind of rock that back. You want to take these panels here, bring them up, and tab them in, bring that up, and tab that in. You now want to open up the chest, and the grill and the matrix chamber will slide forward. You may need something just to help you get it started. I always do, so just kind of bring that out. You want to make sure you pull that out as far as it will go. And now you just want to rock all this down. You want to hold on to this gray section here and then just rock all of this up like that. And once that's done, you can take all this and just kind of rock it down to get it out of your way. And now we need to free up the arms. So just kind of get the arms undone. They are kind of, you can kind of see here, they're kind of clipped in right there. So it's kind of a case of moving this out of the way so you can get that arm freed up. And then you can pull the arm out. There we go. Pull it out, and then you want to just rock it up like that. And once you get one side done, the other side comes undone pretty easily because you can just kind of move that out of the way. And then you can just bring that arm out. And again, just rock that up. So now we're going to come in here. We have this section. We're going to swing out and then bring it down. And it's on a little slider here. So slide it to the outside. And then this panel here, you want to bring back like that. And the same thing. Bring it out. Bring it down, slide that out, and bring that little panel back right there. So it's looking like that. And now we want to just grab hold of this and bring the head up. Then we're going to take all this, slide it back. There's a panel right here you want to flip out. Make sure you flip it all the way out like that. And then you want to take all this, just tuck it in, and bring the head back. You can straighten it out at the same time. And just get that seated like so. Once you've done that, now you can take this panel and just flip it under, flip it all the way under so it's sitting flat in there and looking like that. And you can just take its head and turn it around. And once that is done, we can take this back panel here, slide it in, and it will tuck underneath this head panel here. Just kind of pull this up so you can kind of get it to clip in underneath like so. And then you can take this and just bring it up. There's multiple hinges here. Just kind of collapse all this up and it will tab in right there to make the bacular region. And now we can bring the matrix chamber up, and now we can collapse the body in. Again, make sure it's just pulled out as far as it can go. So collapse this in. There is a tab slot connection right here, so make sure you have this lined up right there. You can see how that tab just popped through right there. If you don't have that lined up, then other things will not line up. So make sure everything is lined up. Once you have it lined up, you can now take that grill and just slide it back. You can see it has little notches that it falls into. And once you have that done, you can now close the chest up. Once you have the chest closed up, you can now take the waist and just collapse that back like so. And get that all squared away. Alright, so we're at the home stretch here. So now for the arms, you want to open up this panel. You want to open up this panel, you want to take the arm and you want to slide it forward and then bring that down. That will lock it in place. You can just close that back up. You want to open up this panel here. That will allow you to rotate all of this up. You have a panel right in here. You're just going to push it from the top and you'll just push all that down like so. You can then open this up and flip out the hand, and then you can close that up. You can then close this up, and then you can close that up. And then you can take the arm and rotate it down, and then you can rotate the arm at the bicep, rotate the hand, take the smokestack, swing it around to the side, and you just push up here and pull that up to extend it. And there you have that arm all done. Second verse is just like the first. And once you have both arms done, one more little detail here. We can take these panels and just rotate them down to reveal those little bits there. And there you go. There you have Albino Prime. And yeah, it's a nice looking Prime. I do hope they release this as an actual Optimus Prime later on. You'd only have to remold a couple things, really. You have to remold this backpack because that's a Magnus backpack, so remold that. So you have to remold the mouth plate also, but other than that, it's pretty much ready to go for an Optimus Prime. But yeah, it looks quite nice. And we're getting close here, so we can take a look. And then at the crotch, again, there it is. But again, nice colorization there. Got the metallic green going on there. That nice transparent blue windshield. Chrome grille. Oh no. Quite nice looking. Got the toesies there. Very clean transformation, as you can see. Not bad. And articulation's pretty much the same. Rotation, up and down. Total squirrel. Lots of squirrel there. Arms can rotate in and out. Rotation at the bicep. You get a little bit of forward and back. Single jointed elbow, but good range of movements. Wrist wiggly waggly, posable fingies. You got the waist rotation. You got that ab crunch there as well if you want. Legs can move in various directions. Forward, back, outward, thigh rotation, knee. We saw this on Magnus, but we'll show it again. Toes can move up a little bit, can move down. No rotation, but we do have the ankle tiltage. And again, this panel is for transformation. It's not really stiff enough to support any posing, but hey, you know, you can kind of use it if you maybe prop things up just right. Now, if you want to give him the axe, you just want to rotate the hand down and pop this down, flip the hand in, and close that up, and the axe will just plug into a port right there. And there he has his axe. And he can wield the blaster and pew pew hack hack, pew pew hack hack, and all of that good stuff. Now for comparison, here he is with MP44, Optimus Prime, and with G1 Albino Prime, because he's precious, oh so precious. So that is basically it for this robot mode. So now let's get down to transformation again and get all this into alt mode, shall we? Let's. So what we're going to do here is we're going to rotate the fist out and then rotate the arm in. You want to bring the arm up. We can open this panel up. We're just going to leave that open for now. We're going to open this up. We're going to just put our finger through here and open this up. Bring up the hand, flip it in, close that up, fold this panel up, and close that. Bring that down, and then close that panel up for now. And second verse is just like the first. So now we're going to take this back panel here, untab it, and just bring that down. We want to have it sitting like this. We want to bring this section up, bring that up, and just kind of leave that hanging out like that for now. Take this back panel here, just kind of pull this panel up a little bit that's sitting under, and just extend it out, get it out of your way. And now we are going to open up the chestial region. And we need to extend the waist here so we have room to operate. So again, we're going to take the grill and matrix chamber and slide that forward. And again, you may need a tool just to help you get it started. And again, just pull that forward as far as it will go, and then rock all this down, hold on to the gray, and rock all of this up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take these sections, rotate them in, then take this panel and flip that in, rotate that in, flip that in. Now we're going to take this section here. We're going to rotate the matrix chamber around. You do have to open it. So I guess you should really do that first. Open it. The matrix is going to fall out. That's why I leave this out, because it falls out anyway. But rotate that around, and then you're going to rotate the entire thing around like that. You can bring out these sides of the bumper now. If you want, you can do it now, you can do it later, it doesn't matter. But bring that around and just kind of leave that out of the way. So now we want to grab this panel under here and just kind of extend all this out. You can push it from the back as well, just to help you out. And now we're going to rotate his head, and now we're going to lift all this up and out. Make sure you flip this panel in, and now you're going to slide all of this forward. Make sure you tilt his head all the way back, and then you just bring that down, and you can just kind of bring this flap over like that for now. So now we're going to come in here, we're going to flip these panels back in, and then slide all this back in, and then rotate it up, and then just push that in. Again, just take this panel and just push that forward, slide that in, bring it up, and push that in like so. And now that we have all that out of the way, we can take this section here and rotate it around to the other side, and just kind of bring that up like that. So now we can get the arms in place. So just bring the arms back and rotate them in. Make sure you push them forward So everything sits as flush as it can be. Get everything sitting where it needs to sit. And bring that back. And tuck that in. And again, make sure that this is pushed as forward as you can to get that all sitting nice and flush. And now we want to just bring that panel down. Bring that panel down. And at this point we can take these window sections and just open them up as far as they will go. So now you want to take this grill, and at this point you just want to slide it back as far as it'll go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to open this up, and you're going to bring down these window sections here. You're going to open the door. It does slide out a little bit. And then you're going to fold this door back up, or the window back up rather. And do the same thing here. Bring it down and slide it out, and then just flip this back. So again, make sure that this grill is pushed all the way back. And this is the part that's going to infuriate people, because we bring this down to reveal a grill going over the grill. Oh no, worst toy ever. But what's going to happen here is you have this tab's going to go into this notch right here. So just kind of line that up. And then we have this panel under here that we want to flip out. I should get that out of the way. There we go. Flip that out. And then this will come up and just notch itself in right there. This part can be a little not fun, because you have to kind of make sure that everything's popped in just right. And then get this going and just kind of get everything seated. There we go. So it's sitting all nice and flush like that. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And once you have the other side all locked in, you now want to take this front bumper. It does slide up, so make sure you just rotate that up, and then it'll just hook in on either side here, like so. And once you have that done, you can now close all this up. And, oh, actually, before you do that, you have the windows here you want to flip out, because on the inverse, you do have a little silver trim and the windshield wiper. So, rotate those around. Or not. You don't need to have these visible if you don't want to, if you don't like windshield wipers. Hey, totally up to you. What you want to do there, your toy, display it however you wish. There you go. Close that up, and then bring that window up, and now you can close the doors up on either side. Bring that up, and close the door up. There we go. So now you want to come back here. You do want to flip these panels up, because you will need these, and then you can just take this and now just sit that flush against that back section right there. So now we have to do some work on the waist here. So take the front skirts and bring them up. Take the back skirts here and bring those up also. That'll just give you some room to operate here. Open up his legs. You want to untab this, bring it down, and you just want to rock all of this forward. And this is just so you can take these side skirt pieces and fold them in. So that's all you're doing here. It's just taking the side skirt and folding it in, like that. And then you can just rock all this back and get that plugged back in, like so. You can bring all these panels back down, and that's good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to compress all of this up. So this section here is going to go forward and in, and make sure that this little hatch of the matrix chamber is sitting in front of it, like that. So make sure that's compressed up, and then you can compress the waist. So you got it looking like that. So now it's time for leg work. So we're going to undo this little latch right here. We're going to undo this panel, bring that up. We're going to undo this little panel right here on the side. Now you want to pull this panel out so you have the clearance to bring all of this up. You can open up that panel there. You want to take the latch and just swing that all the way in like that. You want to take this section, swing this around. You want to straighten this out so you can bring this up and connect that right there. Take this panel, flip that all the way over, and then bring all this up and over so it is sitting like that. And make sure that this panel tucks behind that section right there, like so. And now you want to take this section here with the singular wheel and just pull it up slightly to untab it. And bring that out. It's on a double hinge, so extend it. And it's also on a slider, so extend it outward. If that slider's too tight, just undo that screw right there. Just loosen it a little bit. So do that. Once you've done that, you want to take this section of the leg and rotate it 180. And now you want to take this tank and bring that down. You're going to now swing this in. And you want to pull it up a little bit because we have this bit here. We want it sitting behind that hinge. Right there. So it's looking like that. And then you can bring that up and close that up. And we have a full tank there. Then you want to take these wheels here and just shift them outward and just push them up to tab them in. You're going to take this panel here and just flip this in like so. Then just close that up. They'll just tab in right there to lock that into place. And now you can take his toes, you can flip them around to reveal the tail lights here. You can bring this piece up, bring the foot down, rotate the foot, and then just bring all this up. For now, we want to now undo this panel here, and that will allow us to collapse the leg in. Then close that back up to lock it into place. We do have this little latch right here. It's only on this side. So bring that out, and we also have a little piece of the trailer hitch, one half of the trailer hitch. Just open that up, and now you can bring the foot down, collapse this all the way, flatten that out, and bring that down, and there we have one side all done. And guess what? Second verse is just like the first. And once you get the other half done, now it's just a case of tabbing the two together. It is best to leave the feet up because then it'll make latching this a lot easier. So take that and latch it, and now you can bring the toes down and just collapse all that up, and we have that done. And now we're at the part where we kind of have to line up a bunch of things at once. So we're going to bring this down, and this is going to sit right in here, like so. You want to bring this panel back. This panel will sit underneath these two panels. So get all of these in place. There we go. Get all that sitting in place like that. Make sure this is pushed all the way forward. So what's going to happen here, this panel, as you can see, is going to tab in here. There is a tab slot connection that happens right here with this side panel as well. So again, you're kind of lining up a couple things at once. You're lining up this as well. So just kind of get everything roundabouts in a spot where you think you can get everything situated. And then just kind of push that side panel in, and that should keep that lined up. You kind of give this a little press down. There's also some little tab slot connections here. And you can usually just give this kind of a push down, and that'll kind of line all that up. There you go. Once you get both sides done, again, you can just kind of give everything like a little squeeze down. And just get everything nice and squozen, just to make sure that everything is sitting in place. And you can see how everything just kind of sits pretty for you. If you notice on my copy, this panel's a little cockeyed because it looks like they kind of misfired the pins, so it doesn't fold straight, but that's okay. It is what it is. But now that we've done that, we can take these wheels and just bring them forward, and they will just tab into place right there. Come on, go in your home. There we go. That will sit right there. Now you want to take the smokestacks and just rotate them back. Rotate them back. And There you go. There you have the cab section all done. But we're not done yet. Because now we have to transform what's left of Magnus here. So yeah. So we're going to take his arms. We're going to rotate them back. And we're just going to open all of this up. We want to extend Magnus's arms here on this hinge. Kind of untab, extend that hinge there, and now we're going to rotate these sections 180. Rotate that 180. So now we're going to take this bit here, we're going to open that up, bring it around, and peg it in right there. We're now going to open up this section here. Again, you may need a tool just to help you. Open it up like so, and now you're going to take this entire section and shift it back. That will sit there, and then you close all that back up. You now want to take this section and split it. You do want to make sure that his thumb is tucked under the palm like that. And bring this forward, bring that forward, and just connect that like so. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And same thing has been done on the other side. Now at this point we want to bring up this panel that his head is on. We want to flip in this little section here. Now we can just leave that alone. So now what we're going to do is we're going to raise these sections up, and we're going to shift the arm back. So on a little double hinge here, just take that and shift that back. Bring that up and shift that back. And at this point, if you want to, you can take the two arms and peg them together. So now you're going to take these blue sections here. They're on a double hinge, so you're just going to take them and shift them out. And they will just tab up right in there. They basically tab like right into the hinge here. So bring that up and make sure this is out of the way. Tab that in. So now with these sections, you just want to like swing this down as you're folding this in like that. And just kind of swing this down and rotate this in pretty much at the same time there, so you're not stressing these hinges there. At this point now, you want to take Magnus's head and just pull that through. And what you're going to do here is you're going to take his horns and you're just going to pull them out, just kind of give them a little wiggle, 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 until they come out enough to where you can rotate them back. So give it a little wiggle, 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 and rotate it back. So it's just sitting in there like that. And at this point, you can take the chest piece. You need to open this up, but you want to take the central part of the chest piece and pop this open. And that will just rotate all the way forward like that. Close that back up. And this section is ready to go. And now for the waist, you're just going to close the butt plate back up. You want to take all this. You want to extend it up on these hinges. Make sure that stays closed. You want to take the butt plate and flip this all the way in. You want to take this piece and flip this all the way up. And now you're going to take all this and bring it back and basically just kind of make it into a box like that. And now you're going to take this piece and connect it to the rest of the body via these tabs and these slots right here. So just get that lined up, give it a little push, give that a little push, and that'll just snap into place. And we have that going on. So now it's time for the feet. So we have his right foot here. So we want to take this white panel here, open that up, and bring that down. We want to take this section here and rock it down like that. Just kind of get that out of the way. We want to take this section here. Now we want to pull it out because it is tabbed into the side. Now we want to take all this and bring it around until this hinge here thoops into place. And once we're here, we want to rotate this panel up. We want to flip this panel down, and then we can just bring that around the rest of the way. You can see there's a tab here. It just kind of like rests in this little notch for it, hold it in place. And then you just bring this panel down. Now you're going to take this section, bring it forward, bring this panel down, swing this panel all the way around. So we have that section there. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to engage the ankle tilt here. We want to open up this panel and we want to bring it back. We want to open this up and rotate this up tab slot connection right there. So just tab that into place. We now want to slide these down, and again, we may need a tool just to help us get it started. Bring that down and rotate the wheels out and slide that back up, and then we can bring all that back up. So at this point now, this panel right here is on a slider, so make sure you slide that out, like so. And you want to get this lined up so this tab will line up with this slot. Luckily, I think I already have it in the right place. Do I? No. Again, it's a ratcheted joint, so just kind of fiddle with it until you get everything in the right place. There we go. We want it looking like that. And then that tab will just pop right in, like so. And there we have that side all done, and we're going to do the same thing with the left foot. And once you have both sides done, we can now merge them together, and we have multiple tab slot connections here. We have those here. We have this one right here. Make sure all that is together. We have tab slot connection right here as well, and a tab slot connection right here as well. So get that all together, and there we go. We got all of that done. And now it's time to merge the two halves together. So just bring them together. We're going to start with the top here. So take these sections here and just clip them in. There we go. Get that clipped in and get that clipped in. Just use your musculos. There we go. Get those clipped in. And then we're going to get the sides tabbed in, so just line up those two tabs and slots right there. Push that in. There's also a tab slot connection right here to this blue piece. So just push that in, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Get all that lined up. Just pop that in, and get that popped in. So we have these sections here, which end up having to tuck like underneath the waist section here. And you can untab this to get this in here. It's basically going to sit right there. And you can just kind of tab all that back in place. But that's where you want that sitting. Do the same thing on the other side. And under here, where the waist piece is, there are two tab slot connections right there. And basically you're just going to kind of take this, push it, and that'll just pop in right there. You can see how those tabs just popped right through. And there we have the trailer pretty much done. We can't take these blue sections here, and you want to kind of rock them up first before you rotate them down so you don't stress anything. And these blue pieces can kind of serve as like a stand for the trailer to hold it up. And we can take the launchers here, and they will sit over these tabs here. And it's not the most secure connection. It holds well enough, but they're still kind of easy to knock off. But there you go. There you have your trailer. And here we have the cab. A couple more little steps we can do with the cab here. We have these little sections here. You can just kind of push those in. And take the side view mirrors, flip those out, and then we take the trailer, and it's just a simple post port connection there. And there we go. There we have Margh, aka Ultra Magnus, in his alt. But I'm not even going to try to spin this thing. That will be a disaster. Yeah. Alt mode. There he is. And it's a nice Magnus-y alt mode. It's a lot of work, though. A lot of work with this transformation. But it all comes together quite nicely. And yeah, you got some nice rubber wheels. All the wheels are rubber. He does roll very smoothly. Nice smooth roll. You can get not really too much rotation. You can get like a little bit of rotation out of that. But, oh no, not too shabby. Oop, it came undone here. Line you up. There we go. Hey, stop it. There we go. But yeah, oh no. A nice looking Magnus there with the transclearance, blue windshields and all that. But yeah, nice sizable vehicle there as well. Looks pretty good. I think maybe the trailer sits a little too far back. Would have been nice if maybe it sat just a little further forward, like maybe right here, like where this line is, maybe like right there, like right above the wheels. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Now, can you roll some cars up in that thing? Well, you can bring that down. We have MP Sideswipe here, so like your kind of lower to the ground cars, you can roll in there. and that'll work, because you have this central section here, so that kind of gets in the way. So something low, you can actually roll into it, and you know, you can fit like a car here, maybe one up top. Now, as far as weapon storage goes, the instructions tell you to just take the gun and just drop it right there. It doesn't tab in or anything, it literally just sits right there, but there is your storage. Hooray for storage. And for comparison, here he is with MP44, so you can see how that works out there. And here he is with G1 Magnus, because precious. Oh, so precious. Here he is with the official Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, so you can see how that works out. And here he is with the X-Transbots Magnus. You can see how they fare against one another. So there you go. So there you have Margh, and yeah, for the most part, a pretty nicely done figure here by Fantastic Model, aka Fans Toys. The robot mode looks excellent. I love the way the robot mode looks. The alt mode looks good. I do think the trailer maybe is a little too small. I think the trailer should be a bit bigger, a bit beefier. Doesn't look bad, but it could have used just a little bit more mass, and again, could have sat a little further forward, but not too bad though, not terrible. The transformation is fine. It's a lot to do. It's not a nightmare transformation, but yeah, transforming that cab section especially, it's a lot to do. But it does all come together nice and solidly. You definitely need to set aside some time for this transformation. Now, I know there are people who want the White Prime in armor version of Ultra Magnus, and that's fine. You like what you like. Me, personally, I am more of a fan of the, all-in-one transformation because, that's the way Ultra Magnus worked in the cartoons, in the movie. There was no White Prime. And I'm not saying this figure is doing anything wrong. It's not breaking any rules or anything. I'm just saying, it's just my personal preference because then I only have to learn one transformation instead of 3. But again, that's just me, to each their own. But still, I think overall, though, this is a very nicely done figure. So, there you go. Now, I picked this up from BigBadToyStore.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Fantastic Model, Fans Toys, Margh, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.
Yep. Still don't know what any of this means. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Magnus! Magnus! What's wrong?
There's been an accident. I've been horribly disfigured. Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
What do you mean?
I'm a monster!
Wait, that kinda looks like me.
I'm a twisted freak who could love me now.
I'm a little insulted. FYI.